Peace. And that's Sweet Brown in the building. Wrap it up.
But now they are the country. Otherwise they would have settled there and they're not happy. Like you should think that you're in your country you don't have it, do you?
I have any
European people there, they live there?
No whites in my country.
Okay.
Well, in Zimbabwe, there's no one there.
I'm not from Zimbabwe.
Lucky.
I'm from Zambia.
Africa is lucky.
No brothers, no whites there. We kicked them out a long time ago.
Yeah, you can't.
Africa should put Africa. We're Asian, you're Asian, we want to be Asian.
Where you from? South? North.
North, and you from?
No.
Proverbs 6.
I think that's just giving the story of
Fire danger in the
how
building.
Islam
My
Dawah
brother.
thought they were controlling it, and then different groups like DCI.
But I can ask you about what you can just talk about.
All right,
What do you think, Ben?
Okay.
I think there's a total of 5 books, right, Jason?
yeah.
That you've released recently?
Yes.
Yeah,
5 books now.
Okay.
Is it filming now?
So Jason, you've recently released some books. Do you want to kind of give us a summary of
There's
what
a main book called The Corruption of the Quran that gives basic scholarship on textual criticism and basic arguments of why the Quran's been corrupted.
Okay.
And then there's a book on the Trinity, Islam and the Trinity, and 1 or 2 other like main books looking at Christianity and Islamic theology. But then there's a main booklet called Muhammad, 10 Reasons Why Muhammad's a False Prophet, a booklet called 10 Reasons Why the Quran's Not the Word of God, and then another main booklet, all on Amazon, is Islamic Dawah Teams Exposed at Speaker's Corner.
So give us a brief explanation of the Islamic Dawah team. Like, what's your experience been?
So like a couple of years ago when I came, they were running the show here. They were like the mafia, picking on young Christians. There was like 400, 500 at summer. They were dominating everything. And then there was a story that happened, like Jay Smith left, but DCI started, and they gave a pushback. Then, as that was happening, C.O.E. Films came. They pushed the Islamic Dawah teams back, and then Pastor Lynn came and really shook the place up from Canada. And then Tommy Robinson came, and eventually the Islamic Dawah team's grip began to loosen, and now they don't run the show anymore. They're challenged every week, and they find it difficult to answer the questions that the teams like C.O.E. Films and DCCI, Royal Blood Ministries and others brought, and the hold has been broken.
So how long have you been coming to Speaker's Corner?
I think about 3 years.
And how would you see its overall change, like since you first started to now?
I think that there's a stronger Christian presence. 3 years ago, the Islamic Dawah teams completely dominated it, but now there are strong YouTube channels and debaters that they don't rule the roost. But it's still difficult because there's more of them, and there's more debate. Christian debaters need to come down and develop a ministry here to reach out for the gospel.
Okay, and you said you had 2, well, from the 2 books, I'm just going to name 2 books. So you said one talked about why Muhammad's a false prophet.
Yeah.
Can you give us one reason?
One reason, well, he married his adopted son's wife, so the Quran just meets Muhammad's sexual needs.
Okay, and in terms of why the Quran is not the word of God, was that one? That's one of the
Yeah, the Quran's not the word of God because it's been corrupted. Because when you look at the early hadiths in Bukhari, it says that Uthman burnt the Quran. But as you look at the early hadiths, it's clear that there was verses missing, the stoning verse and other verses. So there's a lot of textual criticism that you can go into about the Quran and find that actually the Quran that they have today is not what was around in the time of Muhammad, because it was just something that was just put together ad hoc.
Okay, and let's just, the audience should appreciate Jason's presence at the park because he travelled from Manchester.
Yeah.
And he travels at 4 in the morning and he leaves at 12 midnight. So that is a long graft. I sometimes spend 5-6 hours here and I'm knackered when I go home. So we salute people like Jason coming down, kind of just giving the Dower team some hard facts, some hard uppercuts that they can't deal with.
Yeah.
So,
but I just want to say that C.O.E. Films has been a fantastic, the teams like Paperboy and others, Bob the Builder and others. I don't think you realise how encouraging it is to people. My sister, who's not a Christian, said to me only a year ago she watches it. My brother says he watches it. They're not Christians. I've met people who have been in Scotland or have been here, there and everywhere, and they say, oh, C.O.E. Films. So
don't forget C.O.E. as well, he's filming as well.
And content over everything. He has a big influence. A lot of people watch his channel as well. And he promotes dialogue by a variety of groups, which is so important. So they're having a big impact. But I think there's more to be done.
And can you just repeat where people can get your books?
Just go on Amazon, type in Jason Burns Islam, and all the books will come up in Amazon. And if you don't want to pay, you can join Amazon and read them for free.
Nice one, Jason. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless
Thank you, Jason.
God bless you.
For a much bigger viewership.
Yeah.
Ezra, second Ezra, first Ezra, Chirac.
I don't know. I've never listened to no Christian rock bands anyway, so I wouldn't even know, mate. I mean, have you seen that new thing in the church? They got the drill rappers in the church. Yeah, they got some. No, they're like rapping in the church.
Just to get the youth on board, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They got some drill music and they're rapping about Jesus in the church.
I remember it was crazy. I used to go to church, English school, and it was like so quiet. Went to my friend's house and we went to church. And it was so loud. Everyone playing music. It's crazy. I'm like,
Yeah, I think that's a bit.
I think that's the voodoo
No, but obviously, ultimately, I think back to your question.
yeah, what the separation.
Right, yeah. I don't think it will happen anytime soon because the Muslim community is in a state as it is, right? We need to kind of, I think it's lack of education because a lot of people within the Muslim community interpret Islam very differently. Some interpret it extremely, some people interpret it for what it is, some people try to change it,
I think if it was bad, you wouldn't do it. So I think we all know that seems like.
I mean, Islam has been used as a scapegoat, right? So, for extremism, for terrorism, for grooming gangs, everything about it is being
I disagree
associated. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Muslim grooming gangs. That's what you see in the title.
That's a stupid. They say Asian.
No, but they've also said Muslim grooming gangs. I've heard grooming gangs are Muslim, and this is generalising, and this causes a big friction
I
because
think
as a Muslim,
it's a racist dog whistle. We all know this.
Yeah, of course.
Some people disagree, but I think we notice that the
Would it be any
majority.
better if we said Islamists?
this is what I'm
I think it's
saying.
Asian,
When
like,
people
think
commit
about it,
crimes,
a lot of these people who are doing this are from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. Several of them are Sikhs.
No.
How many like Islamic pedophiles you get from Nigeria or Turkey or Iran? Alright, I don't know.
but when you say Muslim grooming gangs, what you're doing is saying the whole Muslim population are involved in
that's the
grooming
thing.
gangs.
I'm
But
against
it's a
that.
type.
I'm
Me too,
saying
mate.
I
That's
think
what I'm trying
it's
to say.
Asian.
That's
I
what I'm
don't
trying to
think
say
it
to
is
you.
a
But
Muslim
even then,
problem.
when you say Asians, you're talking about all Asians. You name these people individually.
Chinese people.
You have to name them by their name.
No, because it's a serious
No,
problem.
you name them by their name.
There's a serious
Because
problem with
when it's a
child
white
marriage.
person, oh, Matthew Mahogany committed this crime. But when it's a black person, black youth or Muslim youth or
School shooter,
Asian
we
youth.
know he's white. We're not gonna.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Why don't we name these people for who they are individually rather than categorising them and putting them under a label of Muslim or Christian? Then again, because that's Muslims, right? I've been asked this question so many times. Do you condone Muslim grooming gangs?
And
Do you
also-
condone ISIS? Do you condone? It's like, what the hell? You
And
know what I'm saying?
also-
Because of the title that the media is pushing forward.
It's not the media.
It's the
more the
media,
alt-right,
mate.
it's
Girl,
more the
she
Tommy
wants.
Robinson.
This girl, she wants to come back. She's English. She's English. Muslim.
British.
We cannot. Okay, British Muslim. Nothing to do with Pakistan. Nothing to do with other countries.
She's from Bangladesh.
She's
like.
from here. What do you mean, my friend? She's born and
Yeah,
bred.
no.
She's born and bred here.
I agree. She should return home.
She's a British
Do
Muslim.
you think she should return
Okay.
home?
So
She's a British citizen. Just because she
it
made
means
a
that
mistake at
if,
15.
because it looks different, they
It's a
don't
slippery
accept her.
slope. You think you just take
If you
people's
accept
citizenship away.
if you accept an asylum
So
seeker
why they
from
can't-
Syria, from Iraq, and they are men, and they were already soldiers there in Iraq and Syria, and when they come here claim asylum, and you accept them, and this
They
girl
accept
is
illegal immigrants and other
yeah.
people, so how are you
She's
going
born
to
and
respect
and
who you
this
are?
girl
It's a
and this girl
slippery,
is
it's a
15.
slippery
Born and
slope
bred
to just
here,
take away
and
people's
she
citizenship.
should be
I
called
disagree
a
with that.
British Muslim.
Yeah.
She should not say, oh, Muslim.
Muslim, yeah. Or
A
Bangladeshi
British
Muslim,
Muslim.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. To me, these people, majority, this is your people, my friend. This is your people. Whether you like it or not, it's your people. But you cannot come
I have to pay taxes.
Can I say something? As an English person, do you,
Well, I mean,
do
you
you
have to go
accept
back to
that?
the history, mate.
Do
She
you
was
accept
15
these
years
people
old.
as your people or not? Do you accept these people who are born and bred in this country as your people or not?
I believe they're honorary Brits, you know, and I will treat them as
Do you
every
believe-
person should be.
No, not treat them. That's your people or not. They should be your people. You say this is my. For example, if in my country we have got some Jew, we say this Afghani Jews. You know, this is my
There
people.
are Afghani Jews.
Yeah,
I'd love to meet them.
So, but in your case,
There's Afghani Sikhs.
I don't see to associate that. You people
Afghani
don't
Sikhs. I
associate.
used to work in an Afghani Sikh
Yeah, yeah.
restaurant. Brothers, they're not
Oh,
Sikhs,
sorry, I thought
Afghani
you said
Sikhs.
You have got Afghani Sikhs, turban. You know
Oh yeah,
that.
no, I
They're
saw
from
it.
Afghanistan.
Hey, so what, is his name Stephen or Jamie?
His name is
So,
Jamie.
my question is that
his name was-
do
no,
you
Stephen
accept
Jamie.
them?
I'll call him
You know,
Stephen
this is your people.
Looks like
My fellow citizens.
Because do you
look like that guy
remember
from Friday,
when something
Tebow.
happened,
Yeah, you know, and it's
government
like
used to take
Tebow
the
just got
body
paid.
of that terrorist, take it to Algeria.
No.
Algeria government refused to.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a French Muslim.
yeah.
Don't call him that.
You talking about that Charlie Hebdo guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
French.
disgusting.
He's French Muslim. That's what it is. French Muslim.
I think
British
it's the
Muslim.
labelling, and you know, Muslim.
That
this,
was well
Muslim
done
that.
of Algeria.
Name them for who they are. Class them by their name, rather than labeling them under a whole
Yeah,
race
yeah,
or
yeah.
religion, because then people
Exactly.
are gonna think. Because there are people that
See
think.
Tommy Robinson when a white Muslim stabs someone, he goes Muslim apostate.
Exactly,
And this
exactly.
is why I just can't condone.
I
that.
wish
Like,
I could talk to
terminology, it's a
Tommy
terminology
Robinson.
that's
it's like
being
if you want to
I wish
criticize
to talk. You know,
like the
debate.
personal
We
like
could
acts of
debate.
Muslims, that's fine. But
What
when
do
you
you
start
want? What is your point of
he's an apostate, or he's an Islamic extremist, that's when people start to smell the dog whistle.
It's a terminology that's being used, you understand? And they're labeling people under a whole religion.
So how do we feel about the state of Israel?
I think it's a complete injustice, but it's gone too far now. You know, I don't think we can
Yeah,
kick them out, but I think they need to know their place. They need to know their place in it. For me,
Would you class them as Palestinian?
no, they ain't Palestinian, bro. Like, to be honest, I don't even know what they are because really they're not even the Israeli Jews. Yeah, these people are from all over the place, right?
No, Jews
they
are
need a
different.
home. They need a home, and we gave them a home.
Can I say that?
We gave them a home, and they decided to shit all over the place. Basically.
Middle Eastern Jews,
That's how I feel, bro.
Middle Eastern Jews or the real Jews, and they share the culture.
We're talking about
and-
we're the real Jews.
Yeah, that's it. But European Jews or somebody who's just very unfamiliar in that landscape. So it clashes. You know, it's more racism over there. It's not even.
Did you know that like most white supremacists do not class white Jews as white?
That's
The David Duke, the
Yeah.
former wizard of KKK, like he doesn't class white Jews as white. He thinks that they're Middle Eastern.
exactly.
I'm Jewish.
Yeah. So.
You're dead.
So of course, they even didn't recognize Lebanese people as a white. They don't. They said in
not
America.
think- do you not
In
think
America,
Lebanese-
they were not considered to be white.
Couple
Do
billion.
you think Lebanese are white?
They're not.
White, Caucasian. What do you mean by
But
white?
Caucasian.
Though? Because I've been classed as white, yeah. I don't identify
But
as
Caucasian.
white. Maybe my skin color is white, but culturally and
Middle Eastern.
the eyes, yeah. But for me, I don't. If someone says to me, "You're white," I feel like you're calling me white English. So you might, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I'm a white person.
They're white Persians more, you know.
White is look. I mean, Lebanese. They
think
have
Turkish
to
people are
fight
white?
for their rights to be recognized because in their fall, you know, long time ago. Because after that they have to go there to say Jesus was like our people, not white. It was our people. So you don't recognize us, even we are Christian. They even didn't.
You know, with Arabs, yeah, we come in so many different shapes. You come as white as me, as tan as him, as dark as my brother.
You two look kind of
Yeah.
levels of. In fact, he looks kind of whiter than you.
Nah, you colorblind, bro.
Even in Saudi
He
Arabia.
looks white like than me.
I don't see race.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying to you. But obviously, there's different shades within the Arabs. You know, a lot of people think Arabs are white, like.
Really?
But yeah, a lot of people think you're white. You were colonized by the Europeans, but like I said, the Arabs come in so many different shades. You know, if you go to Saudi Arabia, you go to Sudan, you go to Morocco, you've got black Arabs, black. They look African, but they're Arab. You understand what I'm saying to you? They might look like you. I've got a cousin that looks like you. How about that?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, where's he from?
He's from Algeria.
Oh, that's in you have an Algerian cousin that looks like
Yeah,
me.
looks like you.
Oh, that's interesting. Some Arabs have come up to me speaking to me in Arabic, and I went, yeah, no, I don't.
They go to
Prophet
Arab.
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was black.
You got Egyptian. You know what I'm saying to you, brother? Like we
Gotta
come
wrap
in
this
very,
up
very
here.
But people are not
Interesting.
in our mentality. People are not. We cannot look down on some child which is black. But in
Never,
this country
never.
it happens.